Enchantlings. I sort of disappeared for a few weeks, but I started a job, so I've just been really busy. So I'm going to have to film a day where I'm actually having a filming day now. I need to book in like a book in my schedule where I have a filming day. So disappeared again. That's life. That's life of being an adult, I guess. Well, I thought I'd give you guys a catch up of what I've been reading, because I have been reading, I've just not been filming. But if you follow me on Bookstagram or BookTok, you would have seen some kind of content, because you're mostly TikTok and yeah, occasionally Bookstagram. And it's just because TikTok's a lot easier to film because I can just do it all on my phone. But let's give you guys a rush of what I've been reading. So I think the last time I updated you guys was September on Bookwise, because October kind of happened. That went really fast, hence I disappeared for like almost a month. But it's fine, it wasn't as long as last time. So let us go through some updates on what I've been reading. I just have to go find my monthly updates. Here we go, October. Let us start and find the stack of books, and then I will be right with you. I think that's going to be the first option, yeah. So let me go grab my stack of books that I've read, and then I can show you what I've been reading. So this is the massive stack we're working with of books I've read recently. So it's not exactly a small book, and you can't even see the whole stack because it's going on that frame. But let's start with the first book I read in October was The Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie and Manassoco. I think that's how you pronounce the last name. I give it 5 stars. I really love the book. I haven't read the second book, even though it came out last month, but I'm waiting for the paperback edition is. But my mum has the hardback, so I might be reading the hardback edition before I get my edition. The second book I read in October wasn't this edition, but I have it because I have it in paperback as well. But it was The 𝐂𝐚𝐦𝐞𝐫𝐚 by JLA. I absolutely love this series. This is actually my favourite book from the series so far. So I'm really excited to read the prequel series. I've just been gifted the first book by one of my friends, so I'm really excited. This was another 5-star read. I've had a lot of 5 stars recently. The next book I read was actually on Audible, but I have the paperback edition so I can actually show you. But it was 7 Dove. I gave this 4.25. It was quite good. I really enjoyed it. The ending. I preferred the second half of the book to the first half, but I just really enjoyed the book. So really loved this as well. Once I said I liked it, wasn't quite that one of my favourites of the year. I then started back into the House of Night series. Everyone who knows me knows that I love the House of Night series, because it was a childhood or teenage me favourite series. I gave this 4.5 stars, and it's loved the first book from the Otherworld series. I was so excited, and it just felt like a warm hug to be back in a series with some of my favourite characters. Oh, I just loved it. Yeah, I can't wait to jump into more of the Otherworld series. There is only 4 books in this series, so it's not a long series compared to House of Night. Did I love it? Yes. Was it a 5-star? No. As I said, it's 4.5. Not my favourite in the series, but I did love it nonetheless. The next book I read was a 5-star book. It's a queer book. I'm just going to show you what it is. I just loved it so much. The book is Felix Ever After. I actually bought this off a friend on Bookstagram. So yeah, I just loved it. And it's a really cute finding yourself queer journey, and I loved it, which I related to a lot. The next book I read, so I was supposed to read this for the fairy read along. That did not happen, but I did make a book talk about me reading the book. And I've never read any of the books by the author, but I do have the first book in her other series now. But I'd read Defy the Night by 𝐵𝐵𝐺. I really enjoyed it. It was another 5-star read. An amazing first book in the series, and I can't wait to read more by this author because her world building, her characters are just absolutely phenomenal. I loved it. I can't wait to read more. The next book, I actually don't have a physical copy, so I will try and insert a photo here, hopefully. But I read Verity by 𝐂𝐚𝐬. This is my second 𝐂𝐚𝐬 book. 𝐂𝐚𝐬 is very popular on BookTok, so this book is actually really popular on BookTok, and I really wanted to love it, and I give it 4.25 stars. This was the book for October's book club book. I really enjoyed it. This is the first time we all kind of rated books within the same range and all actually finished it on time. So we all rated it around 4 stars each. Obviously I do my points, so it's slightly different, but 4 stars roughly. And I really enjoyed the book. Definitely my favourite 𝐂𝐚𝐬 book so far, and I cannot wait to read more from her. The next book I read was, I jumped back into the Lunar Chronicles after about a year of not reading it. I read the second book in the series, 𝐶𝑎𝑛𝑛𝑜𝑛 𝐺7𝑋. I cannot wait to get the other books, because I've been buying them singly because I got gifted the first one in this cover design, so needed them in this colour. I really enjoyed this book. I gave it 5 stars. I loved being back in this world. I cannot wait to see more on Cinder and the gang's journey. I can't wait. And now for some November books that I have read so far this month, and then I will then go on to talk about some of my current reads that I've been reading. There we go. So the first book I read, as we know, I love queer books. I actually have 2 shelves now, so very exciting. But I've just gone past, there we go. The first book I read, I actually read on Kindle, so do not have a physical copy of, but I read Daisy Jones and the Six. This is my first Taylor Jenkins read book, and it did not disappoint. This is the book everyone's been talking about. It's being adapted into a TV show with someone like Sam Claflin, one of my favourite actors, so really excited for that. So cannot wait. I rated it 5 stars, absolutely love the book. It was a great start to the month. Actually, all books so far this month have been 5-star reads. The next book I read was I Wish You All the Best by Mason Davis, how have you been pronouncing his last name? I do not know if that is correct. If I'm butchering on it, I'm very sorry. I absolutely love this book. It is again another queer, kind of like finding yourself. The main character is non-binary, and he ends up living with his sister, and he kind of finds his friends and partner, and I just loved this book. It was amazing. The way it talks about non-binary was amazing and helped me understand it a lot more than I would have before I read this book. Obviously I know what non-binary is, but it helped me understand what non-binary people have to go through compared to other queer people. So I absolutely love this book, 5 stars, and is probably going to be within my top 5 books of this year. The next book I read, and I picked up the wrong book, so let me go at scrounge for 2 seconds. It's back. The next book I read was Take a Hint, Dani Brown. This is a lot of people's favourite book in the series, so I had a lot of expectations, especially as I loved Chloe Brown so much, and Dani Brown did not disappoint. I loved the book. It was 5 stars. Every book this month so far has been 5 stars. I had this beautiful Illumicrate edition. It's just a stunning book about finding love and learning to accept yourself. If you haven't read the Brown Sister trilogy, I recommend it. I cannot wait to read. Let's get my words out. I cannot wait to read Eve Brown. It's on my TBR for next month, most likely, because I'm just so excited for it. Then the last book that I have most recently read. So after putting this book back after I had to take a break from it from February because of how my mental health was at the time, I have the exclusive cover I cannot get words out today. I have the exclusive cover, not exclusive cover, the Waterstones exclusive. If you have not guessed it from saying February, and it has a certain scene at the end of the book, if I say face and, you should get the book while I'm talking about it. It is A Court of Silver Flames. I read 100 pages of this at the beginning of the week, finished it last weekend. I absolutely loved this book. I read pretty much 600 pages in like one day, and there's like 700 pages plus in this book. I absolutely loved Nessian. They may be my new favourite couple in the ACOTAR series. As much as I love Faye and Reese, Nessian have taken the top spot because, oh my goodness, they were amazing. We got to meet Nynx, Faye-san's child, because he was born. Like, I knew about Nynx because of, I'm going to talk about Friend of Class quickly, but in the Friend of Class, you kind of have a crossover that happens, and you know that Faye was pregnant at that point, so I knew they were to have a kid, and I finally got to meet the child. The growth that Nesta goes on in this book, and can we talk about the Valkyries for a second? I absolutely love them. Can we all be Valkyries, because they sound amazing and tough and strong women, which is what we need. I just love this book, and let's go on to current reads I'm currently reading. So at the time of filming this, it is the 17th of November. I have a week off work before I start officially. I am currently reading this book, King of Scars. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the Grishaverse, but this book is so freaking slow at the moment. I'm not even 100 pages in currently, and I'm just finding it so slow, and I really want to love it because it's got Nikolai, and Nikolai is one of my favourite characters from Shadow and Bone. So please, this book needs to pick up soon. I'm about to start chapter 6, which is a Nikolai chapter. So far my favourite chapters are the Nikolai ones, and sort of, and the Nina chapters. I'm freaking loving the Nina chapters. They're great. I love it. I can't wait to jump into it a bit more, like just get a bit more engrossed in it, and I'm hoping that's what's going to happen. I'll get engrossed and I will finish the book by the end of the week, hopefully, because I have other books to read. I'm taking part of this reading challenge this month, and it's a Queen reading challenge, so of course I had to take part. I'm British, we love Queen, so. But within this challenge, there's a heck of a lot of books I have to read this month. If my phone wants to focus on the photo, that would be great. Right, it does not want to focus on the photo. There's a lovely photo on Bookstagram. It's like the third book on the row, maybe fourth by the time I've posted this, because I'm posting a new post tonight. But yeah, it should be the third or fourth book on my grid. And these are my November hopefuls. I know when I'm going to read all of these, but I have read 1, 2, 3, 4 books from the hopefuls currently, and there's quite a few. There's one other I definitely have to finish, because I have to start The House We Grew Up In, which is our book club book for the month. So I have to start that soon. So maybe I'll start that like the week before, like that week of the end of the month. That week, because that's when I tend to read the book, because it gives me a week to read it, and then it's fresh in my mind by the time we have the book club chat. There's a few other books on my TBR I really want to finish. I need to finish XOXO. I started this book months ago. It was supposed to be ready to read, and then life got too hectic and I just didn't carry on. But I'm loving the book, and I really need to carry on with it. There's a pile of books here from like publishers and book photos I've been doing today, so that's why there's some, yeah. But yeah, I think that is the gist of today's video idea. Right now I'm really struggling of just creating content because I don't know what to video currently. Maybe I should do a vlog, like a reading vlog for like the week, but a lot of it will just be me tired as heck after work because yes, that is life. But now that I should be doing as long as the hours as I was for the last 4 weeks because I actually now have the job, it shouldn't be as long unless I have overtime, like, so yeah. But I am really excited for this to go up and actually have content for you guys. So sorry it's taken like 3 weeks for you to have another video after saying I'd be back. Life got busy. So yeah, let's try and create some more content for you guys. If you have any video ideas for me, because as I said, I'm currently going through the stage where I just do not know what to film. So if you have any tags you'd love for me to do, anything, any kind of video you think, oh yeah, I think you do some great content with that, drop it down in the comments because I need some help. But that's all for today's video. Goodbye.